Hello everyone, this is me Twinkle and I welcome you back to the discussion of the headlines of the day. We are discussing the Hindu newspaper dated April 12, 2022. Please make a note that there are no headlines relevant to General Studies paper 1. We are directly switching to the discussion of the headlines relevant to General Studies paper 2, followed by the discussion of headlines relevant to General Studies paper 3. Now, let us go to page number 1. This is coming from General Studies paper 2 from the topic of international relations. The headline says that Ukraine dominates Modi-Biden talks. Now, from this, make a note that what are focused areas of the 2+2 foreign and defense ministry dialogues between India and the United States. You also need to know about the Russia-Ukraine crisis and how to manage the destabilizing effects of this Russian war. Next, take a look on page number 1. Again, from the topic of international relations, you find this headline which says Modi pushes for peace as Shehbaz flags Kashmir. Now, with this, you need to understand that what is the present status of bilateral engagement between India and Pakistan, a major irritant between them, and how change in Pakistan leadership will affect ties between both the countries and also what lies ahead. Next, take a look on page number 9 from the topic of international relations. This headline says that India and the United Kingdom crafting a new legacy. Now, understand that how has the war in Ukraine brought unexpected changes in the world? Why has India's position been in the spotlight in recent days? Also, India and United Kingdom relationship in current scenario. And what is the importance of developing deeper ties between United Kingdom and India in the Indo-Pacific? Also, understand about the new areas of cooperation and what lies ahead. Now, next, please take a look on page number 10 from the topic of polity and governance. You find this headline which says that amending the Weapons of Mass Destruction Act. Now, with this, you need to understand that why has there been a massive government drive to push for the universal, and also what was the purpose of the original WMD Act, that is Weapon of Mass Destruction Act. Next, please understand that what has the amendment added to the existing act. Next, please make a note that what was this amendment all about and why this was necessary and what more should be done about this the way forward. Furthermore, take a look on page number 10 from the topic of polity and governance. The headline says that on making Kannada mandatory for the UG courses. Now understand that can Kannada be prescribed as a mandatory language under the National Education Policy 2020? What were the Karnataka government's orders and also what has been the central government's response over this? You need to understand that what had the court ruled earlier and also what lies ahead or the way forward. Next, we discussed this headline coming from page number 9. This is relevant to the topic of education. The headline says that state of adolescent learning. Now, make a note that why has there been a massive government drive to push for universal enrollment, extending to secondary as well as primary school children in India. Also, you need to note the findings of Annual Status of Education Report, ASER. Why is there an imminent need to integrate gender sensitization? Also, you need to understand and make a note about the key analysis and the way forward. Now, next, we go ahead with the discussion of the headlines relevant to General Studies paper 3. Please take a look on page number 6 from the topic of environment. You find this headline that says that Orissa's Barbara forest set for ecotourism push. Now, you need to learn the facts related to the Barbara forest. Next, take a look on page number 6 again from the topic of environment. This headline says that microplastics in Kaveri River may be harming fish. IISc study reveals that. Now, you need to understand that what is microplastics, what a new study of Indian Institute of Science, that is IISc, says about microplastic pollution in Kaveri River and why this has been a matter of concern moreover, and what are the efforts being made in this context and what more needs to be done to tackle this issue. Now, next, please take a look on page number 8 from the topic of economy. The headline says that in pandemic shock, critical lessons for MSMEs. Now, all you need to understand is that how micro, small and medium enterprises, that is MSMEs, are critical for achieving the overall objectives of the economic development. Understand the significance of the sector, the initiatives by government since independence, and what are the challenges being faced by this sector and the impact of COVID-19 on MSMEs and what measures need to be taken to support their revival. Next, take a look on page number 14 from the topic of economy. The headline says that NITI puts out Energy and Climate Index list. Now, all you need to know is what is the State Energy and Climate Index, that is SECI, also its parameters and the recent findings. Furthermore, if we move to page number 16, this is again coming from the topic of economy. The headline says that Trai moves up to 40% spectrum price cut. Now, understand that why the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, that is TRAI, slashed the base price for airwaves by up to 40% across all the spectrum bands, including 5G airwaves. You need to know about the significance of striking a balance between generating revenue and the sustainability of the telecom sector. Also, make a note that what are the other recommendations of Trai in this particular context. Well, that's all for today's headlines of the day discussion. You guys take care. This is me, Twinkle, signing off. Keep smiling.